Welcome to First Warn Tri-Cities broadcast of Believe in Bristol's inaugural Halloween Parade, presented by Matt Smith's Realty. It's about time to see all the fun, spooky entries into this first parade. Now, here is your host, First Warn Tri-Cities Chief Forecaster, Skylar Doyle.
And we into downtown Bristol for tonight's inaugural Halloween parade presented by Believe in Bristol and Matt Smith Realty. We welcome you out live to downtown Bristol. As you see now on your screen, the parade is just starting down at the Regions Bank building and making its way down State Street. For tonight's parade, we will have 39 entries, but it is split up into two categories, the fun and festive category and the scary and macabre category. And that is what we'll have. So here we do have the lineup. This will be led by Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia Police Department and the fire departments, and then followed by your event host for tonight's parade, Believe in Bristol. So that is where the parade will start, as it'll cross by us here at the Matt Smith Realty building, just across from the Angry Italian here in downtown Bristol, Virginia and Tennessee, here, historic downtown Bristol. And the parade slowly but surely making its way toward our viewpoint and our vantage point here. You can see it on your camera there in the background as the multiple police cars and fire trucks are leading this parade off to a great start here in downtown Bristol. Here they're about to pass the Bank of Tennessee building, just passing the downtown center where the farmers market is, and we will get things ready to go here in downtown Bristol. So again, the parade making its way past downtown center now and to the Bank of Tennessee building there. I believe it's the intersection there at 9th Street, at least on the Tennessee side, before it'll make its way into our viewpoint. We're pretty early in the parade, so should be done here within the next hour. As you see a few people crossing the street right before the parade gets to us here in downtown Bristol. And here we go. The parade has now made it past the Bank of Tennessee building here. That is where it is, crossing the intersection there at 9th Street, and we can now see it outside of our window here, where we are stationed inside of the Matt Smith Realty building. We thank you for joining us on First One Tri-Cities. I'm First One Tri-Cities Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle, taking you through this parade live. Bristol, Tennessee Police and Bristol, Virginia Police leading off this inaugural Halloween parade, which is live here on First One Tri-Cities. So we are also going to welcome our radio listeners in for the next about half hour or so over on the Tri-Jams. So we will welcome those folks in as well right now as this parade just getting started. Bristol, Tennessee, Bristol, Virginia Police Department, followed by the fire departments leading things off here in the inaugural parade that downtown merchants came up with the idea and Believe in Bristol took it and ran with it on what's going to be an amazing night here. A few kids dressed up there in the back of the police cars, and here comes the fire trucks by right now. Bristol Animal Control also leading things off, and then it'll be, I believe it's Bristol, Virginia Fire Department behind them. And then we should, after them, if Bristol, Tennessee Fire Department's not in this, we should have the Believe in Bristol flow. And we will have that flow go on by here to welcome everyone to the parade. Your event host, the Believe in Bristol staff of Maggie Elliott, Emily Champagne, and Emily Fleener, as they are going by here. They will be in their witches float here. Again, this is the Believe in Bristol float that you're seeing on your screen right now. And it's like we are back now. Sorry about that. There, and as our Believe in Bristol folks drive on by here, they have the theme here is in downtown for the windows. Satisfies with the witch theme, and that is exactly what they have here in the inaugural Halloween parade on their float. Here comes the animal shelter of Sullivan County by with a few dogs that they have there. Next will be Bristol Gynecology. I believe we're a little bit off of our lineup here. Bristol Gynecology will be here next on the list as they come up here with their flow. Looks like that is going to be a haunted hospital here. And we do know halfway through the parade, we will have a brief break in the parade. We'll show you some footage from earlier today as the scary theme will come up. So viewer discretion will be advised in the second half of our broadcast here. But the first half here, fun and festive, all family friendly here for the first half. The next one would be Hope Tree Family Services dressing up as M&M characters here with their van all M&M'd up. Looks like they are also handing out candy to the kids as well. Looks like we're briefly here in between floats having a little bit of a break before the next float will come up. And the next one should be Express Yourself Dance Company. That should be the next ones up here in our parade if everything is going according to plan here. Again, we do have that brief break between our last participant and this one here. And now, as this one will go on by, this will be the Express Yourself Dance Company that will be going on by here. It looks like they have some dancers here behind their Jeep. That is all Halloweened up, and it looks like they'll be throwing candy out as well to all the kids here. And also, it looks like they have some people handing out candy. So that is the Express Yourself Dance Company. Again, a great turnout, 39 entries in this year's inaugural parade. Next up, it looks like I see the Wendy's Frosties back there. And they, I believe, are next on the list. Here as we have the dancers going by. So Wendy's, the Frosties will be up there. Actually, looks like we have a few Star Wars themed characters coming up, and then it'll be Wendy's and the Frosty going by. You can visit any Wendy's location in the Tri-Cities. Next up on the list will be the Day of Dead Sugar Skull. Here, they will be a marching group here that will come through here. It looks like they're giving out candy to some of the kids here as they march through this parade. A lot of people out here to watch the inaugural Halloween parade. It's been a highly promoted event for the past now about month or so since this was released. The information about this was released, so very highly attended event here by folks from all over the Tri-Cities here at this event to make sure that they are well represented here in the event. So next up, after the Day of Dead Sugar Skull, will be Sharp's Office Furniture. They'll have the Nightmare Before Christmas themed float here as they'll get ready to come up. Looks like they have some balloons with some LED lights here on the float. That Nightmare Before Christmas theme. A few kids dressed up as well. And they even have some audio playing there on their float from the Nightmare Before Christmas movie. Next up will be the Kingsport Firefighters, and they have Scooby-Doo characters here for this one as they will come through. It looks like an older style fire truck maybe, as that they have labeled the Mystery Machine to come up in this. Again, all over the Tri-Cities being represented. Pack 008 Cub Scouts will be next. They'll have a jungle themed here. Looks like they even have a banner. Here as they'll even have a banner there with them. And next up here, after the Pack 008 Cub Scouts will be Walmart Store 2089 from Bristol, Virginia, located on Lee Highway just off of Exit 7. They will have a Pumpkin Patch Farm themed float here as they are next up here on the float. Looks like they have a few people dressed up there, a few of the managers, it looks like, from Walmart on the float, all dressed up in the Halloween spirit before Walmart hosts their trick or treat around the store on Tuesday, where you can take kids, get some candy off of Exit 7. So again, Walmart doing a nice little float there. Some of their managers there on the back of that. Next up will be Team 421 Split. They'll have 10 motorcycles here and just some fun festive costumes to get you in the Halloween spirit. Next up will be Bristol Broadcasting Company. They operate stations like 96.9 WXBQ, Electric 94.9 as well, as they will come through here. They have 3 radio vans with them, and they will have some music playing, some lights going, and some pumpkins there as they will go on by. It looks like the 96.9, 94.9, and 99.3 vans here will be coming across. So far, we are already 17 entries into this year's inaugural Halloween parade, so the parade moving pretty fast through here. And next up will be Pins and Friends. They're dressed up as the bowling pins there. You can visit Pins and Friends here in downtown Bristol, just down the street from where we are at here at the Matt Smith Realty building. And they'll give you some fun there. It looks like we have a little stoppage here in the parade, but things are going to get back moving pretty quickly. Next up after Pins and Friends will be Loves Travel / Little Rebels. I believe they have a couple floats, and actually it looks like we're going straight to the Sessions Hotel. So they're going to be marching here as the witches. Again, that's kind of the downtown Halloween business theme here for that. So it's the Sessions Hotel gets going here. And then next up on the list will be the Plasma Center. They're going to be Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory here. You can see they're handing out candy to some of the kids here, and a nicely decorated float. You can tell they put a lot of effort into that one there. That one crosses by here on State Street. And next up will be the Blue Ridge Comedy Club. They'll be skeleton comedians, also known as Funny Bones. They are as well a marching group here that will be coming through. Next up is the Old School Scooter Club. Look like they're passing our cameras right now. There in their mobility scooters. Next after them is the Holly Farms marching group, dressed up in different attire of costumes here with the spirit. And then we will have our switch here. So again, immediately following this, viewer discretion will be advised. This is where things turn a little scary. And things turn scary right here as the horse will pass by. And it does not look like we are in much of a break at all. They're going basically, I believe, kind of maybe a float or 2 length. Maybe get your kids if you want to. As the horse goes on by, the scary stuff will start to come on by as well. So again, at this point, we will advise you that viewer discretion will be advised. Past this point, the Bristol Boutique is going to be some scary a scary little automobile there for them. And then Jeep Babies will have 8 automobiles. They'll be labeled as the Skeleton Crew as they come through with their Jeeps here. And again, we are in that scary and macabre category. A fairly quick parade so far. We are halfway through here to number 26 here, about maybe 12 or 13 entries left here in this inaugural parade. It's not taking long at all for this parade to get through here. Which they are going to be next year after the Jeeps. And we are having some technical difficulties with our camera if you're watching us, so. And now it'll be the as we do have a little break in the parade here. So I guess if we're going to have any technical difficulties, this will be a good time for them, as it'll be Estate Sales by Kara next, and they are coming up. So Estate Sale by Kara will come through here. You can contact them at 276-494-2712, and they will have a scary looking float theme up here. It looks like a little talking pumpkin. And now we do have our camera back. Next one up will be Goodwill, Tennessee, Virginia. You can visit them across Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia here. They are the Haunted Mansion here with their kind of decorated up tractor trailer there. They have some decorations there on the back for folks to see. Next up after Goodwill will be Hayes. They are some characters here. There will be a marching group. And again, there will be a little bit of time here in between participants. We might be going straight to Backyard Fanatics here. Again, there could have been some last minute changes here in the lineup. They have 2 floats in the parade. We'll see here as we have this truck come up here in the parade. It looks like some music playing from a speaker, some lights on it, some things there in the back of it as well. Here in the marching group, this will be our marching group of, it looks like, not exactly sure. They don't have a marching group here in this section of the parade, but do have some candy being held out to kids here. Handed out to kids here. A couple of clown outfits here as we keep going on through the parade. So we do have some marchers there. I believe that was part of the Hayes group. Backyard Fanatics as well will be coming through here. It says here they are supposed to have 2 floats in this, and then Ryan Health will be next, immediately following them. So again, parade, with folks handing candy out. A little bit of time here in between floats as we get things ready to go. And now our 2 floats here will be from, I believe, Backyard Fanatics. They are a zombie construction crew, and that does look like who that is. So Backyard Fanatics coming in here. Having, looks like a great time here at the parade. As they have some zombies there. They should have 2 floats here in the parade, according to our sheet that we got here from our Believe in Bristol crew. Next up here will be Ryan Health, I do believe. They have a banner there. Looks like this one is Bristol Boutique. We've had a few changes here in the lineup. It's Bristol Boutique. They're here at the start. They have just a scary theme here, a few scary costumes with the automobile that's pulling up now, the funeral automobile. And we'll see who we have coming up next here. Again, we are at 6:48. Want to let our radio listeners know on the Tri-Jams, if this parade does go past 7 o'clock, we will send you back to regularly scheduled programming at 7 o'clock, and you'll be able to continue watching the parade on First One Tri-Cities Facebook, Twitter, and on our YouTube and website here. Bristol Tattoo will be coming across now. The Bristol Tattoo Company in a witch hunt float as they'll get ready to come through. The Bristol Tattoo Witch Trials, as they're calling it there on their float. You can tell a lot of effort into a good number of these floats here. They are nicely decorated. Don Newberry would be next with Blow Up Monsters, if we are in the correct part of the lineup. Unless that was it. I don't know if I see any more coming down the street. And it looks like there actually is some coming down the street. There's just a long gap. So a pretty long gap here. So we will actually show you some footage here from actually, we are going to just stay with our parade camera. It's a pretty long gap here back to our next float. So that is what we will be waiting for here. Thank you for joining us on First One Tri-Cities on our Bristol Inaugural Halloween Parade broadcast presented by Matt Smith Realty. Thank you to our entire team here for being here and having and helping us out here with our parade coverage here tonight. So a long gap here before we'll see the next float come through. I do see some lights here coming down the street, I believe, on our camera angle. Looks like they've just like stopped down there on the street. So we are unsure of the reason beyond that. So what we are going to do, potentially take a break, show you some footage from earlier as we figure this out. And then we will come back with you in moments. So again, we are going to take a quick break and go to some footage from earlier today. If you're listening to us on the radio, we might go to dead air for a second, but we are currently in a holding. Actually, looks like about the time we fix that to go to a break that the parade starts moving again. So it looks like they are going to be moving again down the street, passing again the downtown center, and we'll kind of get things back going. There was a little gap there, but we'll have things back going here for this inaugural Halloween parade. Sorry for the disruptions we had there. And we'll see where we are at on the list when folks start coming back through here. If we were in the right place, we only have about 5 or 6 more entries left to go here. If you're listening to us on the radio here in about 8 minutes, we will have to go off the air on the radio on our radio partners due to contracted programming. But we'll continue on First One Tri-Cities. Here comes our next float, it looks like, our next truck up here as we did have a brief stoppage, but we are back rolling here in the inaugural Bristol Halloween Parade. Next up, this one, I believe, is the Don Newberry with a blow-up monster there kind of on the back. Not really. It looks like they have someone back there handing out candy as well to all the kids. Next up will be Hey Good Landscaping. They'll have landscaping zombies. I'm sure that might be what this one is. It just stopped just past our camera view. And then next up here, as if we continue down the list, we would be at the French family. They would have the Pennywise automobile here. After Hey Good Landscaping. So we'll have the next float here coming up on your screen as we speak. As it has gotten dark here, the sun is setting in downtown Bristol on a beautiful night for a parade before the rain moves in for Halloween Day and for Monday. And now here comes, looks like they have a clown here on the front of their truck. This will be, I believe, the French family. Next up will be, looks like some motorcycles. These are not on our list that we have. Actually, yes, they are the Full Truck Society. On our list, they would be the last group here in the parade. I'm not sure if there's anyone behind them or not. But this would be our last group if everything has went according to plan. I'm not exactly sure if it has. That would be kind of our last group here if that is the case. Believe we have maybe 1 or 2 more, though I see some folks walking the street and maybe some more lights coming down. So we'll wait and see if any more parade participants come down the street. And it looks like we will have a few more here walking down the street. And that will do it. It looks like for Bristol's inaugural Halloween parade. Folks are packing it up. A great turnout here in downtown Bristol. And folks are packing it up. We thank you for tuning in here on First Warn Tri-Cities and the Tri-Jams. Thank you to Matt Smith Realty for sponsoring our broadcast tonight. And thank you to Believe in Bristol for letting us live stream tonight's inaugural Halloween parade. For now, we'll sign off. I'm First Warn Tri-Cities Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle for the entire First Warn Tri-Cities crew. Have a great night.